Hey, what's up? This is Chosen, and this video is going to be going over the ×2 Ancient event coming up, and also just kind of the general state of the game and what is going on with the tournaments, events, offers, and all of that good stuff to get you caught up. So let's get into it. Alrighty, obviously the big thing to cover first and foremost, if we go to the news post, we've got boosted summoning rates for blue ancient shards, going to be going on from January 30th to February 2nd, going to be double chance for all of your ancient shards to get epics and legendaries. Now, this is one of the best events for the raid community, one of the more exciting times for raid players, because obviously ancient shards are what we can pull the most of that actually give us something of value, you know, besides mystery shards, and they're going to be doubled. Everybody's going to be pulling a bunch of shards, a bunch of people getting a bunch of good champions, and it's kind of a fun time to see what you and what everybody else gets. So make sure when you're going to pull your ancient shards, typically, you know, in recent, you know, like the last month or so, or maybe even like the last 2 months or so, they've been changing the aesthetic of the portal. So make sure and watch for that. If that's not there, make sure and check to make sure ancients are 8 and 1%. Make sure you're waiting until it's live. Don't be pulling your shards too soon, because I don't know when you're watching this video. Make sure the event is live before you start yanking a bunch of shards. So yeah, that kind of covers that. That's going to be amazing. And then if we go onto the tournaments, we can see that we have a champion chase tournament going to be going live to kind of coincide with the double ancient event. And we can't see what this is going to involve yet. And sometimes they tease and show like legendary books and stuff here, but this is just kind of a generic picture. So we don't really know what this is going to entail or how tough it's going to be to complete, but I will definitely keep you up to date when we do know. The Ice Golem is something interesting to go over, because I'm kind of shocked at the lack of participation in the Ice Golem tournament. Now, the global I totally understand, because the reward is an absolute meme. The global reward is one book, like, so I get why the global leaderboard has no activity. I mean, gosh, what am I on here? I don't know. I was on here, but I don't even. So the bottom is 4,200. I was on here last night. Yeah, I'm at 3,500. I was like ranked 60, and I wasn't even grinding it at all. So you can see in my group, there's 100 people, but literally only like 15 actually participated and spent like an energy refill on the golem. So we can obviously tell that the golem is the least desirable of all of the dungeons for people to participate in. But the cool thing, and the reason that I wanted to make sure I was going to win my group, is because we're actually getting a 6-piece set. It's not one of those lame 4-set, you know, 4-piece rewards. And the rewards on the right are okay. You know, a book and a 5-star chicken with some gems. I think it's worth getting the 2,500 if you're in a spot where you can do so, and you've got the energy and you've got a decent golem team. I think it's worth it, because you know, the golem does drop reflex and defense and HP and some generally useful pieces. It's not like it's a completely garbage dungeon. It's just not, it doesn't have like speed and lifesteal like the dragon, or you know, crit damage and shield set and immunity like the Fire Knight. So the golem is just kind of like generally useful, decent gear, and it's kind of a pain to set up a good team for. You know, a lot of players getting one shot by the boss and stuff, so it can be really hard to get a 100% win rate team on auto for the golem. So that could play into it, but I think it's mainly just the lack of a global incentive, and the fact that the golem just doesn't drop any of that like super game-changing gear is probably why we're seeing a low participation rate. And they have made the groups, it looks like, go from 50. Your typical groups used to be 50, and now they're 100. I hope they scale it back to like 50 or 75 instead of 100. It seems to be a little bit heavy, but for something like this, it's not a big deal, because literally like only 30% of the group participates, and only like 5% of the group even tries, or at least in mine. So let me know how your group went. But yeah, mine looks like it's gonna be pretty easy to win. No one's really chasing me. It looks like a couple people make sure they got their 2,500 reward, but they're not interested in coming after me. So I guess that's a win for all parties involved. Uh-oh, and now my game wants to lag while I'm recording. That's fun. All right, and then let's go over the events. All right, so it had been a little bit since we had an artifact enhancement event, so this was kind of cool, and it seemed to me that this one was a little bit easier than some of the other artifact events. It was only 3,000 points. I was able to knock it out today in like 45 minutes. I just went through and upgraded a bunch of stuff to level 12 and like 3 or 4 pieces to level 16, and I got it. If you're curious on the cost for me to max this event out, it was about 13 million. So you can count on spending somewhere between like 12 and 15 million on maxing out this event. I think the most efficient route, I don't have any scientific data to back this up, but I think the most efficient route is to take a bunch of stuff to level 12. The payout for level 16 doesn't seem to quite be on par with the investment it takes to go from 12 to 16, especially on jewelry. But yeah, it'd be upgrading regular artifacts to like level 12. You should get a little bit of a bonus for jewelry because it's a little bit more expensive. But yeah, that's what I did. I upgraded a bunch of stuff to level 12, a few pieces of 16, and boom, I had it after spending about 13 million silver. And if you're curious, I went ahead and plugged in the rewards for the event on my offer sheet, and we can see here that the event ended up being like $8 or $9 for the artifact enhancement event. So nothing too bad. We've got you know, chicken, void shard, epic book, all that stuff. So nothing like amazing, but nothing bad. So that kind of covers that. And let's go ahead and go over some of the offers coming through here. A decent amount of offers. Now, this one is semi-common. Let's pull this back up here. And let's pop in the price. We'll go over this stuff, keep you guys up to date on exactly what is buyable and all of that. So this is just going to be a simple 4 million. And yeah, this one is, you're basically paying retail value for silver. Don't really recommend this one. I guess they're trying to capitalize on people really wanting to complete that artifact enhancement event, but this is probably only going to get you like, you know, 20 to 25% of the way there anyway. So if you can't get it with your normal silver, this one's probably not a great purchase. The bonus potions pack. Okay, so this one's going to be 50. And let's go ahead, clear this stuff out, put in our 800K. And it looks like 20, 40, 60, 80, 100 of our 100 larges. Oh no, this one might actually be good here. Okay, this is the first time I think in a while that I've seen a potion offer grayed out as good, almost excellent. So this offer is actually pretty good for like a early to mid game player, especially someone who can't grind level 15. This one isn't bad. You do get the gems. 800K is not really a significant amount of silver, but 800 gems is decent and lots of ascending going on. You know, especially if you're not able to grind 15, this offer is okay. It's one I'm borderline on. I'm not gonna like super recommend it, but it's decent. It's a fair offer. Conqueror Pack, not a whole lot to go over there. 6-star artifact pack. So we've got a full set of 6-star epic for divine crit rate. So divine crit rate's okay. It's not great. And $35 for a full set of it is a little bit pricey. 6-star epic is pretty good gear. But the energy in silver is a little bit too low for me to justify this. If it was like $19.99 or $23.99 or something, it might be something worth scooping up. But I think this is just for like the uber whales. And then the special offer pack. I think this is going to be the one that generates the most buzz. Let's go ahead and plug this in. This seems like a pretty decent offer. Just kind of, I don't like to plug this stuff in until I'm actually live on video because I want to get an authentic reaction. So let's go Void Shard and 3 epic books and then 2 legendary skill tomes, 40 brews, and then 4 4-star chicken, and 5 5-star chicken. Yeah, wow, okay. So this grades out as a 2.3. This is going to be a very good offer for, like, mid-game players. It's not as amazing of an offer for end-game players because chicken isn't near as valuable for, you know, people who have 50 or 60 6-stars. But it's still pretty good. Gosh, I'm going to think about it. I'm borderline if I'm going to scoop this up because my budget on Raid the last 10 days or so is probably a little bit close to the red line. So I'm going to be extremely disciplined, especially given the fact that we've got a double ancient, you know, shard event coming. There's probably going to be like some good $100 offers with like 40 or 50 blue shards in them and some gems to buy some of those 11 blue shard packs. So I'm probably going to want to spend some money during the ancient event, so this offer would have to be insane for me to buy it, given the fact that that's going live, and there's probably going to be some decent blue shard offers coming through that I'd rather have during the event. So, yeah, that's my kind of take on that. It's a good offer, but with the blue shards, you know, coming online soon, you might want to wait and scoop up some of those offers instead to try to get some good epics and legendaries. So that kind of covers that. And also one thing I want to touch on, you know, before ending the video is, you know, last night the game kind of crashed pretty hard for a few hours. It didn't seem to affect everybody, and people who were still in the game, it didn't kick all of them out, but then some people couldn't like load in normally, but they actually did send out some compensation for that, and that's this downtime compensation that you see right here. 250 energy, a day of XP boost, 2 clan boss keys, and an ancient shard. So save the ancient shard until it's boosted double if you haven't pulled it yet. And you know, I'm glad they stepped up to the plate and sent some compensation out. Not all games do that, so that is good that they stepped up and gave some decent rewards here for the downtime. So yeah, that's gonna kind of do it for this video. Super excited for ×2 ancients tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming and pulling a bunch of shards in my main account, pulling shards for viewers, and we're gonna be having a lot of fun with that event. So as always, thank you for watching. Have a good rest of your day. Peace.